My name is Rhapsody and it's time for some more patch notes. Hell yeah. Alright. Any of the bug fixes in particular important to us here? No. Excellent. Adding rare Watcher Relic, the Golden Eye. Cannot wait to see that. The Wish card has been reworked. We'll have a look at that in a moment as well. Watcher's max HP is increased from 65 to 72. Hell yeah. Master Reality has also been buffed to be uncommon and also to reduce its cost in half. Yes, it saves you 1 energy, but it's also half the cost. And both of those things matter, right? Like the difference between 0 and 1 is huge. The difference between 1 and 2 is pretty big. 2 and 3, decent. 3 and 4, well, okay, that's whether or not something's castable in the early game, but they have different levels of importance. Okay. Prey now gives insight instead of miracle. Yeah, that was important. One of the things that Prey didn't have going for it is if you used it in a mantra build where you're trying to get into Divinity already gives you 3 energy. So the miracle is a little useless at that point. You really want some card draw. So it now provides that. It's significantly better. Rushdown card has been buffed to draw 2 cards. Well, damn. That sounds like a good time. Face Trader event can no longer appear past Act 2. If you could have just finished that gameplay change 3 words earlier. Wish card status effects are now triggered by the Omniscience card. Alright, so that does mean Omniscience is doing that in particular. And also, Blank the Evil gets a shout out in here for removing the glow color enum for mods to have the glow color more easily. Beautiful. Right, now I understand. Now I understand the enum destroyer name that they've taken on. Alright, let's have a look at the compendium and at the cards that we can currently see here. So this is Wish. Lose 25% of your current HP, make your dreams come true. Upgrades to make your wildest dreams come true. I'm not going to explain what it does. I have had it spoiled for me. However, I think it's more interesting if we discover it together. Omniscience is also, it was previously, I think, deprecated as in removed from the game, but now it does the Wish effect. Lovely. None of the other ones were changed in ways that were non-obvious, right? Let's have another look at Master Reality. Whenever you play a card that retains, deal 3 damage to a random enemy, upgrades to 5. I mean, it's lower cost and it's common. Maybe if you get a couple copies. I don't know. Let's see how it goes. Ascension 15 Watcher, by the way. We're officially in the high Ascensions. Hell yeah. Random comic. Oh! Reserved Elite. Enemies in elite combats have 25% less HP now. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be hunting elites off the back of that. Oh, what a great opening turn. Definitely not being... You are kidding me! Oh, it actually would have been like a fine opening turn if we had have gotten Eruption on that. Okay, so Eruption's 9, and then I don't even put the enemy on the ground. Great. See, if you can't enter Eruption in this fight because things just don't line up well for you, the fight is suddenly terrible. I'm going to double defend strike because I'm going to need Eruption 2 strikes in a hand. Oh, there we go. We got 3 strikes. I wasn't happy to rely on 3 strikes. As it turns out, I was fine. Oh, yeah. I was fine without that strike, so I should have gone Vigilance Defend on that turn. Halts, Meditate, Flying Sleeves. I'm going to take a Flying Sleeves. I need some damage in this deck. Especially if I am planning on going for all of the elites. Can we stop not getting Eruption when it's desperately necessary? Windmill Strike. Ooh, are we gonna go for a retain build? I feel like we're probably gonna go for a retain build. Both of those are pretty good aggressive options for us early here. Upgrade 2 cards. Not too great hits there, unfortunately. Excellent. I even get to retain the Flying Sleeves. We should be fine. I don't think I need another Flying Sleeves, though. Maybe I take Empty Body now. Yeah, I'm going to take an empty body for a little bit more defense. And, you know, more versatility in going into and out of Wrath. So here I'm definitely going to be resting for HP. Upgrade a card in the deck. Windmill Strike. Then upgrade a card in the deck. I'm thinking we probably want to get Flying Sleeves because we're going to need to just blow up the enemies. That's how the Watcher wins her elite fights. Turnip, you can no longer become frail. That's not going to truly impact us on this floor, but it's fine, I guess. I'm not going to leave that in hand just to float the energy. Okay, we get to retain Windmill Strike here, so Eruption would have been great this turn. That's okay, though. Stop weakening me. Thankfully, I retained the 2 power cards here. So I can still just turn around and kill. Probably a no. Yeah, this is our worst fight. So I'm clearly not that happy to see it. Windmill Strike plus a normal strike at the very least kills the backliner in the next turn. Hang on, I might have lethal on everyone except for the Sentry. With the Bottled Miracle here. So to be Eruption on the back line takes you down to 12. You now die to a strike. And then... yeah, I'm missing 3 energy, but the Miracle and Bottled Miracle is enough. Yeah, we'll do that. This will ultimately save us a lot of damage in this fight, because otherwise this fight can be really, really harsh. Without a Bowling Sleeves at the very least. Bowling Sleeves! Sorry, I was casting Flying Sleeves at the time. Bowling Bash is the one I meant. Also, in particular, knowing that I had Vigilance in the next hand was very good there, because I knew I could get out of it if it need be. The start of your second turn, gain 14 block. Okay. Talk to the hand is just pretty good. I'll take it. Well, that's an Apotheosis very early on. In a deck that wants to stall. It's up against Worship, though. Worship's incredible. I think we take Worship. We want the ability to just blow up the enemy with a giant Windmill Strike, and Eruption's not always going to provide that for us. And in fact, Eruption might not be, you know, that good going on. That's what we've seen a lot recently, at the absolute least. That Eruption just wasn't how I wanted to deal damage in a lot of boss fights. Fine. Well, look, if you're going to give me the Worship, I'll use the Worship. Especially while the deck is thin, the Worship is real handy. Establishment. Whenever a card is retained, reduce its cost by 1 this combat. It's still up against Bowling Bash and Protect, but... gosh, it's what I'm really looking for here, isn't it? I don't know if I need the cost reduction, though. Because ideally, we'll also be using Worship for the mantra, right? And Divinity gives you the energy really to cast out the rest of the hand. So I'm considering whether it's actually Protect or even Bowling Bash here. If I had a Protect already, it'd definitely be Establishment. But taking this and then hoping to find a Protect, while more likely than taking this and hoping to find an Establishment, this provides me less initially. And I do have to care about that initial thing. It could still easily be Bowling Bash, because this deck is lacking AoE. Falling Dash. I get block at the start of the next turn, so I may actually want to consider waking up the enemy this turn. No. Sucks that Windmill Strike was on the absolute bottom of the deck here. Go for the hyper defend here. Because I was pretty certain I had lethal next turn. Darkstone Periapt. Whenever you obtain a curse, increase your max HP by 6, as well as... Do we put a wheel kick in this deck? We theoretically could. I don't think so. Worship needs to retain. It needs to retain so that it can trigger it on the right turn against especially targets like this. So we'll be defending against the first hit. Yeah, we'll be defending against the first hit and then blow the enemy up before they do the second. It's fine. We've got this. Explosive Potion, pretty useful next floor. Judgment, signature move, and Deus Ex Machina. We can't take the signature move. We'll be retaining a lot of attacks in hand. It's probably Judgment here. Judgment is also pretty good, right? I'm not disparaging it, rather. Yeah, I'm lacking defense in the deck in a way that's making me very uncomfortable. So I feel like, if anything, we need to be faster on our kills rather than slower by introducing another card into the deck. Does give us 6 max HP, though. I'm going to take it. Incense Burner, great. Every 6 turns, gain 1 intangible, and there are the 2 relics there as well. Blood Vial at the start of each combat, heal for 2 HP, and the Letter Opener. Every time you play 3 skills in a single turn, deal 5 damage to all enemies. I'm going to try and get like a readjusted estimation of how effective the Calling Bell is in decks. Because I need to get away from my previous idea of, okay, so it's just garbage, because let's be real, it was. I need to disabuse myself of that notion now. Yeah, this is the kind of thing I'm worried about. There are a lot of turns I'm just not going to be capable of blocking. Get judged. Oh, you were judged worthy. Nothing else we could have done that turn anyway. Windmill Strike, are you too late? No, you're not too late, it's fine. Yeah, the mantra pickup was very important for us. Crush Joints to apply vulnerabilities, especially important if you're trying to dunk a boss using Divinity. This is going to be an awful, awful fight for us. Oh, hang on. No, next turn is going to be nice. Although it kind of always was going to be, wasn't it? Okay. I may actually end up using both of my potions this turn if it saves me the hit. 9 twice is 18. 9 again is 27. That's with vulnerability. And then 37. 1, 2. I can play that, miracle, and then I'm short. Yeah. Even doing absolutely everything, I'll still be short on defense there, so. Just naturally defend then. Really going to need that Windmill Strike to come out more consistently early. Flying Sleeves is a multi-hit, so is Bowling Bash. I don't think we take Wreath of Flame, though. Probably another Bowling Bash. Lee's Waffle. 100%. I need the HP back. I love that Captain's Wheel and Anchor are both here. I could have block on turn 1, 2, and 3, but no. I've got to heal up here. And also increase my max HP, might. It's like the most defensive turn I have access to, and the enemy's still going to be hitting me over the top. Alright. Well, at least I have the Incense Burner on my side this turn. Sure. Double nothing. It's still nothing. And then blow up the enemy. Beautiful. So that allowed me to skip another turn afterwards. We'll drop the Fear Potion for the Strength Potion. I think that's going to be important. Battle Hymn. At the start of each turn, add Smite into your hand. I don't think we need that, and I think without the establishment, we can't really afford that yet. There's a Sash Whip, and I can afford it. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth, Ryan. That's a Sash Whip. You can afford it. Take it. You've seen that it's a problem that... Or rather, it's something that helps you address your problems. Do it. I don't have to play Worship until I'm about to shuffle the deck again. Although this is probably the freest turn I'll get to play it, let's be real. These turns hurt. Thank heck we have the Incense Burner, otherwise we would probably already be dead. That had to happen on that turn. Crush joints into... That's not going to be enough, but I'll use the explosive for the kill. Happy Flower, every 3 turns, gain an intangibility. Conclude for some, like, sincere AoE? Sure. I'm gonna upgrade the Judgment. I know I'm not upgrading my defensive cards, but these are not that good defensive cards. I'd like some good ones to upgrade, please. Sometimes you do just have to make do with what you have, but I'm not going to be happy about it. Yeah, I'm going to leave that Windmill Strike there. It's a way out. Sash Whip defense. No need to Judgment. Judgment's only used there if it triggers the letter opener. Talk to the hand is so important for us right now. Oof. Just incredibly. Oh, look, it concluded in the opening hand. Hell yeah. That's gonna be Eruption Strike conclude. Okay, the enemy didn't defend this turn. So I'm just gonna judge you. Ornamental Fan. Every time we play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain 4 block. Okay. 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 We're getting some actual defense using things that aren't typically defensive. Weakening our enemies on turn 1 is a really, really powerful defensive play that we can make. So 9, and then this becomes 24. 9 and 24 is just shy. Oh, that's so rude. I mean, while I'm still in Wrath, I'm not weakened yet, I guess. I can just hold. But Sash Whip's a lot of damage. I'm gonna throw Sash Whip at the back line here. Yeah, Bowling Bash conclude. Red Mask started combat with 1 weakness. So yeah, all enemies started to combat with 1 weakness, rather. Past those. So at the very least, I have the enemy weak this turn. I can almost full defend, and then I'm intangible next turn. So the vulnerability is almost entirely non-effective against us here. It's the numbers game. Okay, I didn't get Vigilance, but I did get damage. That's why I wanted to be in Wrath, because either I was going to defend and change out into Vigilance, or I was pretty likely to be able to kill the enemy. Protect. I know it's up against Foreign Influence, but we do still need to protect in this deck. The champ as well. Gonna need an extra turn of vulnerability on that one. That's a lot of HP on you, friend. I'm also probably gonna go for the 2 extra strength, like, immediately. Let's crush those joints and weaken those hips. I'm gonna miracle a conclude as well. Get a little bit more defense. Flying Sleeves after the Talk to the Hand and the Bowling Bash. Hell yeah. That'll do. No vulnerability. No frailty for me, rather. Vulnerability, though. Go for your life. Yeah, I'll short myself on defense this turn so that I maintain the protect. Especially because I'm vulnerable next turn. Didn't know the enemy wasn't going to be attacking this turn, otherwise I wouldn't have bothered. Worship does need to go in the next cycle, so it has to be played here. I can't... Ooh, I can! I'm intangible next turn. Okay. Eruption. We still play the Worship and Bowling Bash. We have 2 turns to draw either Vigilance or the Worship in order to get back out of this form. That's honestly not going to be that difficult. Hell, it'd be lethal if we didn't, though. Yep. That'll do. I didn't mind about getting into Vigilance at the end of that turn. So the enemy's buffing this turn. They're attacking with Execute next turn. I can weaken them next turn at the absolute least. I was hoping I was going to draw defensive cards, which is why I didn't end on a defensive card last time. Yeah, we're just dead, right? No, we're just slightly not. Mm-hmm. Now we are. So the reason I didn't use the Essence of Steel earlier in this fight, and particularly, just moments ago, where it would have saved me 4 HP. So it would have saved me 4 HP that turn and 3 HP this turn. Would that keep me alive? Yeah, between the defend, the empty body. So 9, 10. It actually wouldn't. I'd still be exactly dead this turn. Right? Lump the defensive stat that this would have provided. So this is 9, right? Just, it would have healed my... Consider it heals me by 4 next turn. The enemy still gets damage through. And by still getting damage through, they remove one of my charges of the Essence of Steel. They actually may have removed 2 charges. How much did I defend last turn? Very little to none? Yeah, they would have removed 2 charges. So actually, I would have had 9, 9, 1. Yeah, I still would have died to this hit. My reasoning was basically, okay, so I could use it now, but if there's a hit that's going to kill me, it's probably going to kill me regardless of whether or not I use it. So I'll maintain it for the possibility that it actually makes an impact in later fight. There's no way out of this, right? If only I still had Talk to the Hand, but I did desperately need Talk to the Hand to go out earlier, so... Not too much I could have done about that. Alright. That's an Ascension 15 loss. But it's just under 30 minutes. Let's go again. I'm gonna go for the boss relic, actually. Okay, no shops for me this run, basically. Fair enough. I'm gonna go for the all-elite path. You gonna give me no shops? Fine. You get to have no living elites. What do you think about that? Get stalled on game. Bowling bash. Why did I do that? There's literally no world in which that can provide any usefulness to us at this point. 9, 14, 12, 14, 12, 26, 9, 35. Short. I'm so used to picking up Golden Idol because I almost never have Ectoplasm before I get the opportunity to pick up Golden Idol. So it's always just been a, yep, insta-take. Yeah, that's always definitely something that you definitely take. So I'm afraid you're gonna have to forgive me the mistake. It's born out of not encountering this commonly. Okay. Sash Whip is really powerful and it helps us get our aggression out. I know Protector's there, but Sash Whip. Got a strike. Maintain the balance of the deck a little more. I want to go to an early shop so that I can get rid of my money before the muggers take it all. I wish I could take that lessons learned. Deal 15 damage, draw 2 cards. Let's play with Wheel Kick. I haven't played with Wheel Kick yet. I'll also take a Flex Potion. Alright, elites. I do want to wake the enemy up on a big eruption turn, but it feels like we really shouldn't do that. Unless I have a way out of it, of course. Which I do not. Also, I just went past almost all my defensive cards, so not being in Wrath is a really good idea right now. Now we would... Game. Fine. Choose your bracelet, normally encounters and no or encounter in question mark rooms, and talk to the hand. Okay. Not a bad pickup there. Bowling Bash definitely wants to be hit. For this fight. Okay, we're taking 2 damage here. It doesn't really make a difference. Unless, like, I strike and strike and sash with the frontliner, and now that enemy dies to just a single Bowling Bash. I can also eruption the front line. Yeah. Especially with a Wheel Kick, we should be okay with this. Good fight. Shuriken. Every time we play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain 1 strength. Fear No Evil as well for entering Calm on attack. We're getting some good stuff. Getting some really good stuff. As much as I want to play Vigilance, 3 attacks this turn. It's pretty appealing. I'm probably going to end up using the Gambler's Brew over the course of this fight. That's the hand, Eruption, Fear No Evil to get out of it at the end of the turn. No need. Fossilized Helix, prevent the first time you lose HP each combat. And another Fear No Evil. What is this world? I'm actually going to rest here. Ooh, let me get some gold. The obvious sarcasm there being that I can't get gold in this run at all. There's no need to defend this turn at all. Because if I defend for 8 is defend for 0, it means the same thing to me. Yeah, we need to throw cards here. Would I be fine with the entire next hand? I'd be fine with the entire next hand, actually. Defend, defend. I could wheel kick to get into the next deck. But I think it's actually going to be important for that sentry. So this does mean there's going to be, 2 more days in my next shuffle. Really? That's maddening. 1 damage short. I'd set it up so 2 strikes was going to be enough. Okay. Yep. Got the lethal next hand easily. Whew. Ginger, you can no longer become weakened. This deck is really good. Take another Sash Whip here for the weakness. I'll anger the mushrooms and then heal after this. Not what I was looking for there. If I kill the midliner, I actually make the backliner deal 9 damage, but the frontliner deals 9 to my buffer, so I actually take less damage. Unless I'm interested in playing Vigilance, but I'm not. Yeah, so it's Sash and Fear No Evil. Which also means I should have targeted someone else. I was ideally hoping for a Bowling Bash out of that. Bowling Bash and Eruption have to be in the next hand. So we already knew we had lethal. Odd Mushroom, when vulnerable, takes 25% more damage rather than 50%. A bunch of things I should probably not take it. I don't know if we need those as... Actually, we might need another Wrath entry here. Yeah, a retained Wrath entry would actually be really nice for this deck. Especially going up against the boss we're about to go up against. I think we can just cop the first hit with the Fossilized Helix and then try and blow up the enemy. Yeah, so we'll just upgrade the wheel kick there. Do I start out with Crescendo? Yeah. All right. Oh, that should have been Fear No Evil at the end as well. I was thinking, oh yeah, I don't want to change into Calm, but it's only if the enemy intends to attack, and Unknown is not an intent to attack. So I could have done 4 more damage to them easily, though. Yeah. Learn from my mistake that time. Good fight. Very, very good floor right there for us. Drop the Artifact Potion for the Duplication Potion. Pray Vault Ragnarok. Ragnarok is a really, really good payoff for this deck right now. Especially considering the Shuriken setups. Vault is a really good way to be in Wrath and benefit from it that turn and set up for the next turn as lethal. But I'm going to take the Ragnarok. Ooh, Corn Ship. Doubles the effectiveness of potions. It's up against the Velvet Choker, which is currently fine for us, but limiting broadly. And the Runic Pyramid. I've mentioned recently, but this does not work with Establishment. I'm not going to go into why, because I explain it constantly. Corn Ship doubles the effectiveness of potions, so we would get 1 of 3. We'd add 2 copies of it to their hand. And your next 2 cards would be played twice. Corn Ship can be really ridiculously powerful. Do not underestimate the Corn Ship. I suspect, though, we probably... Actually, with the extra energy from Ectoplasm, we probably go Sacred Bark. Yeah. It has much higher potential, especially against elites. Sorry, bosses, rather. Shop in the second space. Ryan. Ryan, why would you do that? Well, look, I cannot defend this turn. Because I can't actually weaken the enemy. So instead, I'll attack. Yep, thankfully I have, like, reliable ways to exit this stance. So it wasn't something I was that worried about. Doing 50 damage, the enemy has 63 HP, and then 20. That'll do it. A zero-cost Consecrate in a deck that already has Shuriken and needs a little bit of AoE that's pre-upgraded? I'll take it. Yeah, this was dumb. I shouldn't be in the shop. It was bad. It was a bad move on my part. I had a case of the very not clevers at that time, and consistently. What was the question again? I wanted to make sure that the enemy that was trying to buff was incapable, but also that I get to keep my buffer. Sweet. Ultimately, a pretty good turn. Crescendo. Consecrate, strike, fear no evil. Good fight. Apply 6 weak, probably still not better than the other two that we have access to at the moment. Yep, Ritual Dagger is incredible as this character. I never turn it down. I cannot risk the 20% chance that I'm weakened on turn 1. Sorry. It's a shame, but that's what I was alluding to when like being weak every single first turn is so limiting for basically everyone except for the defect. Real like your front-loaded damage matters so much more. That, like, so a certain amount of damage, like X damage on turn 1, matters way more than that same X damage will on turn 10, right? Because if you use it in part to clear an enemy who was going to deal you damage, you've now prevented that enemy from doing all of the things they were going to do to you. It seems like a kind of like trivial point, but front-loaded damage matters a lot. Weakened on turn 1 is real bad. And it's not like you're weakened on turn 1 for your next couple of fights. You're weakened on turn 1 every fight. Whereas at least Lost Tiny Chest, like, yeah, you can miss out, Lost Hungry Chest, rather. Hungry Face, I think it is. You miss out on 1 relic, sure. That's, you know, depends on what the relic was going to be. That's not good. It's pretty bad. But it doesn't feel as bad as the consistent negative application of weakness as a player. Right? You can even argue that, oh, but a relic provides you a bonus over the course of the entire run as well, so surely that's, like, on equal footing of how it disadvantages you as a player. Possibly. But they feel different. I've never gotten a Gremlin Mask and then been able to pull myself out of the tilt. Ritual Dagger needs to start going up. Corn Chip? You want to explain what just happened? Because it kind of feels like I got left out in the dry. least I get to curate my next hand. We definitely can't Ragnarok yet. Holding Crescendo for later might be important, even if... No, I not with these enemies. Okay. Can Sash Whip 2 different targets here. Or I could just kill the backliner. It's got to be kill the backliner, especially because the backliner is about to make us vulnerable. This will prevent a significant amount of damage. Bowling Bash would have been nicer to turn up earlier, but can't really argue with when it turned up. Because at the absolute least it did. Crescendo and damage cards, but I only really want my biggest damage card, Ragnarok. Other than that, I'm going to be stalling. We can stall with 2 defense. Or just kill the enemy. Force an egg. Whenever you add a power card to your deck, upgrade it, as well as worship Sash with... No. Done on those. I have to rest here, unfortunately. Tungsten Rod. Whenever you lose HP, lose 1 less. Happy to see it. I'm going to be avoiding the elite this time, actually. Going for the upgrade on Ragnarok. This is actually really good with the Tungsten Rod. Lose no HP, lose 1 HP, lose 2 HP, and lose 14 in order to get Nilri's Codex. At the end of your turn, shuffle a random... at the end of your turn, you may shuffle 1 of 3 random cards into your draw pile. With that many strikes and defense left in the deck, we'll upgrade them all. I'm more than happy to heal here. The Automaton is going to be a problem. This is 20. Yeah, we can kill the backliner. Right? 40 and 18. So we can eruption the frontliner as well. Take a Crush Joints in there. God, this buffer has been very, very good to us. Talk to the hand. Sash Whip. Fear no evil. Defend. It's also been pretty good. Pass those. Even sets up for a Ritual Dagger. You gotta love it. Another copy of Consecrate in the deck that has the ability to gain strength is pretty good. Look. I don't see how we win this fight, frankly, at this point. The lack of defense that this deck has outside of Talk to the Hand is really disheartening. A couple of early picks I could have changed would have been to pick up Protects over some of the other tools that I've taken here. I think there was one where I was offered a Protect and something else, and I was like, oh no. If I can get Weakness and Talk to the Hand in particular on the Bronze Automaton, well, then we might have a chance. Then and exclusively then. Using Nilri's Codex, I'm going to try and shuffle defensive cards into my deck. Do I take 16 damage this turn in order to kill a target and get a point of strength? Because Empty Body does not protect me against the Bronze Automaton's first hit anyway, so I'm definitely taking 8 this turn. I can take 16 to get a card removal. Or an enemy removal, rather. Yeah, with 2 Fear No Evils left in the deck, I'm doing this. Feel free to tech Ragnarok. I don't really care about that. At least yet. Signature move in that deck? I would cast it, but no defense, so I'll take a swivel, I guess. We'll save the Consecrate for a later sorry, the Crescendo for another turn. Alpha's not going to be enough. We'll take Flurry of Blows for a significant amount extra damage. We need to start going for lethal right now. Ah, should have Flurry of Blows first. That's my bad. Entirely. We have a Vigilance and a Fear No Evil left in the deck. We're protecting that just in case. Thank heck. I don't think we need Deva Form. We don't use that much energy outside of the turns where we have Wheel Kick, right? Sure, we have a Ragnarok, but like we have things like Consecrate, and we have a lot of start switching in this deck. So it doesn't really provide that much to us. Unraveling, like that after a Wheel Kick is, I guess, fine. But like we have a lot of things that care about sequencing and care about their targets. So it's probably neither of those. At maximum here, it looks like a Deus Ex Machina. I'm okay with that. Especially since they're all upgraded, the Pandora's Box is a little bit of a hard sell right here. What are our weakest cards at this point? Because all of these are about changing the cards in our base deck. What are the weakest cards and how do we deal with them? I think we'll go Astrolabe. I suspect Vigilance is on the cutting block right now. It's probably Vigilance and... like, it feels like to me it's 2 strikes, because otherwise, you know, my defense is just garbage. Okay, we got a Crush Joints, a Protect, both of those great pickups. Master Reality as well. Retain. Retain. Yeah, Master Reality is not great here. There are elites this floor that will just take my butt and hand it to me. And for those elites, I would like to not be fighting those elites. Thank you. Defends, Crush, Sash Whip. Talk to their hands. Oh, Bowling Bash as well. It's fine. We'll have the lethal next turn. I just wanted to set up the vulnerability before I did everything else. That wasn't the best way to do that. What I should have done there is defended and waited for the Ritual Dagger. Sanctity? It looks like it's Sanctity here. Especially with the Deus Ex Machina giving me the extra miracles. Ooh, upgrading a card every turn is pretty damn impactful, but if I can't remove Curse of Pain from the deck... Curse of Pain is completely nullified by the Tungsten Rod! Let's go! Sure, it does negate a card in my hand, but it's completely nullified. Otherwise, at least. 7 and 25. Sadly, that's not enough to take out a target on the field right now, which is real... Oh. I've still got to go for the hit. Which also means I should have split those targets, by the way. That's brought to you courtesy of me being a little bit sad about having to do that. Oh, look. Pain got completely negated. And again. Duplication potion as well as evaluate Sashwhip Sanctity. Do I need another Sanctity in the deck right now? It might be evaluate. Let's evaluate. Evaluate has the delayed impact, but it's also non-conditional. 11, 41. Oh, we should be able to do it with this, right? 25. Hang on. 25, 30, 30, 45. Yeah. Wait, 45, 55, 55. Took me a bit there, but eventually I figured out that I can count. Ish. Take a Deceive Reality there for some decent defense. I say decent defense. I mean very good defense. It's a very, very good defensive card. I would go so far as to call it an extremely good defensive card. I'm going to put another Ragnarok in the deck because that's lethal if I draw it. Got him. It's a pre-upgraded hull. We're not in Wrath commonly enough to use that, I don't feel. It's definitely interesting, though. I'll lose 4 HP. Panache. I don't think we trigger that consistently, but Trip is incredible. And Secret Technique or Blind? Probably Secret Technique. Because we already do have the 2 Sash Whips at the absolute least in the deck. Warpaint, upgrade 2 random skills. Sure. Talk to the Hand is needed to be upgraded this entire time. Horncleat. Start your second turn, gain 14 block. Happy to see it. If only we had a skill. Could have made the enemy vulnerable before all of that. Blasphemy. Well, let's take Rushdown. Sanctity from the deck and use it to defend. It's calm here. Make sure that I take no damage. Need to take my damage later. One, 2, 3, murder. Pretty good there. Ambrosia! Enter Divinity Stance. That's going to be really good for us. Another copy of Consecrate. Only because we're going up against Dono and Decker, but yes. Preserved Insect? This is fine. I'll take it, but I'm not going to the heart, so it don't really matter. Loose Sanctity Plus or Ambrosia? I think Ambrosia is like way, way more important for like a big Ragnarok on the right turn, that kind of thing. We got punked. The game goddess. Alright, defend. Weaken you 2 different ways. And you know what? I don't need to Ritual Dagger yet. Maybe we shuffle back into it and maybe it's more effective then. Yeah, the buffer wore off. Which is, not how that goes. Fun little fact for you there. That's not how that goes at all. I took no damage. Or rather, it shouldn't be how it goes, I guess. Weaken. Flurry blows, I think. To the hand, flurry of blows, wheel kick. Consecrate, and then bowling. Now this is completely fine because, oh no, my buffer is gone. I just mentioned it, Ryan. Yeah, trips to the left in the deck. I'm gonna go for the foreign influence here. We ought to hope we get a good attack right now. And then double play the quick slash. Headbutt. Consecrate. Fine. Got past the fight. That buffer removal was real sad though. Sense of Time? Yep. Especially pre-upgraded. Well, I get to kiss goodbye to my buffer here. If I crescendo, I cannot get anywhere near lethal. Still worth considering, though. At least at the time. This will get us very close to lethal. Alright, we should actually count it then. So 22, 62, 2262 is 80. 2262 is 84. As well as probably Eruption. Should be 20. It's short unless I use the Ambrosia. Resting in the next space anyway. God damn it. Gosh dang it. Secret technique, take out. Defends. Crush Giants, talk to the hand, and protect. Next turn, we should quite likely end up with Ragnarok. There it is. Start of each turn, add 2 smites to your hand. I wonder. I think I'll take that. I'll have to be very opportune about when I choose to use it. I think I'll take it. Stop giving me the pain in the opening hand! Game! It's not okay. I still have to play cards. Okay. Sash Whip, Consecrate, Defend, Evaluate, Inner Peace. Oh, not great. Omniscience, what could you get from the deck that I would want to double play and exhaust? Because it's probably not Ragnarok. Because I wouldn't want to exhaust Ragnarok. The best defense I can provide myself this turn is Secret Technique for a defend. That's pretty rough. And that's the best that I have left in my deck right now. I think we need to do Divinity this turn. Okay. What's that over? Crescendo and start damaging again. Yeah, it's not going to work. We just don't have enough damage left in the deck at this point. Got both of the defends on the right turn, though. Couldn't have expected that was going to happen. Yep, so if I wasn't in Wrath on this time, we would have been fine. But if I wasn't in Wrath, we would have been further away from the kill. And it's specifically the fact that I needed both defends on this turn, right now, as well as the ability to apply Weak. As well? Hang on. The enemy 17s, 20s. Yeah, they should be 20s, right? We wouldn't live through. So I needed so many things in that hand. I needed a debuff for the enemy first, then a Sash Whip afterwards. So talk to the hand, Sash Whip, and 2 defends in order to live in this turn. So instead of living in that world, I tried to live in the world where I just draw more damage this turn. Wheel Kick, Cross Joints, Fear No Evil. Like, Trip probably wouldn't have helped, but specifically Wheel Kick and Cross Joints. Trip, Wheel Kick, and Cross Joints would have helped together so that I could actually get the vulnerability applied. We got pretty dang close, though. Pretty dang close. For the moment, though, my name has been Rhapsody. This has been a long episode. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.